Okay, so we would just keep on plugging in numbers. So it would be 2 times 1 plus 1. That's going to equal 3. 2 times 2 plus 1 equals 5. And we won't have space. 2 times -1 plus 1 equals 1. And 2 times -2 plus 1 equals -3. And I actually made a mistake. 2 times -2 plus 1 equals -3. This is actually a -1. Sorry about that. That's a negative, not a multiplication sign. So then we could graph these different points. So it would be 1, 3, and then we're going to have 2 would be 5, which would be up here somewhere. Won't worry about it. 2 -1, or 2 times -1, so -1 is going to be -1 right there. And then -2 is -3. So then we'd end up creating a dashed line, just because that's how we're representing this, just to differentiate between the two. So this is just kind of to step us closer to understanding functions and how they relate to graphs in which we created on an XY plane. That's kind of why we don't call this an f of x. We don't end up calling it that normally. We normally just end up calling it x and y. A little bit simpler, a little bit shorter. Okay, so we're going to end up skipping B and C as well. With C, it's just talking about a relative maximum for the function f occurs, yada, yada, yada. So we just go through and we test these two different points. It's a lot of math, and right now I'm not super concerned that you know what they're talking about. The relative max, though, is going to be somewhere right in here. Relative min, I believe, will be a little bit over here as well. So it won't actually hit these points and go down. It actually come up and then go back down and do such things as that. So this is a relative max. On the next one, it talks about a relative minimum. We aren't going to go in depth on those right now. Something that can be interesting to look at is E. It says look at your graph on what intervals is the function f decreasing. So if we look here, what intervals is it decreasing? So I would actually say, so when we're thinking about it, we have to go left to right. So think about from left to right, is it increasing or decreasing? So as we're going across this way, from -2 to -1, that's actually increasing. It's going up. And then when we get to -1, then we're going to start decreasing and going down. So the range that we're going down from is going to be -1 to which is less than or equal to 1. So -1 is less than or equal to x, which is less than or equal to 1. And then look at what intervals it is increasing. So it's increasing from infinity to 1 to -1. So it's increasing from, so we can actually have negative infinity, less than or equal to x, which is less than or equal to -1. And then we also look at it again, and it's increasing from 1, and it's just going to keep on increasing. This is not going to stop and go back down, so it's just going to continue increasing. So, and it'll be 1 is less than or equal to x, which is less than or equal to infinity. So those would be where it's growing. Those are just kind of more so fun things. It's not going to be too terribly crucial. So the things that I want you to take away from this lesson is that when we're working through these and we're finding the f and x, that actually we'd be looking at all the different points on this y-axis to see which ones satisfy x. So this is a little bit different from last time that we were taking x and applying it and figuring out what our y coordinate is. But they are very similar. And so this kind of talks about why we use these interchangeably. As we get going, a lot of you are familiar with y equals mx plus b. You can also see it written as this: f of x equals mx plus b, because they are going to become one and the same. They're very closely related. But remember, this is a function. This will give you a coordinate point. That's the only main difference. So that should be all. There is a YouTube video in case you also get hung up and this didn't describe it the best way. It will go through something similar to the notes, but it won't be the exact same. So it'll give you another opportunity to learn or look at. And then your homework is posted on iTunes U, and hopefully if you have any questions, you can talk to each other and help each other out there. So hope you guys have a good day. Enjoy your homework. I'm sure you will. And I'll see you guys Thursday and Friday.